Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Jared Tidwell, I'm principal at Glen Rose High School. Say welcome to the class of 2025 commencement ceremony. We definitely appreciate your attendance tonight. In order for this to be a special night for our graduates, we'd like to ask for your cooperation in the following areas. During the awarding of individual diplomas, we have a voiceover recording to play of the graduate. Please refrain from yelling, whistling, and using noisemakers of any kind so the voiceover recording of the graduate can be heard. During this ceremony, we do encourage picture taking and videoing, but we ask that you not block the view of others in the audience. If you must exit the auditorium during the ceremony, please use the single doors at the back of the auditorium. As you all can see, the graduating class will be seated on the stage. So at the conclusion of the ceremony, we'll let the graduates exit the building through the foyer to the auditorium and then set up for the traditional cap toss on the front steps of our auditorium. All guests will be asked to use the side doors on both the auditorium sides. There's wheelchair access located to your left. Using the side exits will allow the photographer to get the graduates lined up for the cap toss without interference from the audience. Your cooperation with this request will greatly help our photographer. And finally, we would ask that you silence your phones at this time. And again, we want to say thank you for being here tonight and supporting the graduating class of 2025. Please remain seated during the processional. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please stand for the singing of our national anthem, led by senior choir members, and then remain standing for our invocation, led by senior class Vice President Jessica Van Buren.
Please bow your heads with me. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather to celebrate this milestone, we thank you for guiding us through the journey of high school. Through every challenge, every late night, every lesson learned, you were with us. Thank you for the teachers, families, and friends who supported us along the way. Their love, patience, and encouragement helped shape who we are today. Now, as we stand at the threshold of a new chapter, we ask for your continued guidance. Lead us with wisdom as we make decisions about our future. Grant us courage to face the unknown and strength to stay true to who we are. Help us to use our knowledge not just for success, but to serve others and make a positive difference in the world. May we walk forward with purpose, humility, and hope. Bless each and every graduate here today. May we carry the lessons of the past, embrace the promise of the future, and always walk in your light. In your holy name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Jessica. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Trig Overbo, Superintendent of Glen Rose Independent School District. Dr. Overbo is going to introduce our guest tonight and present our traditional Tiger's Eye Award.
Good evening. Just want to say that currently we have one of our littlest tigers fighting for his life in Cook's Hospital. And so I asked, and we ask, that you just keep that family in your thoughts and prayers through a difficult situation. You know, it's in situations like that make a celebration like tonight so special. We get to see these kids walk across the stage in class of 2025. And class of 2025, thank you for your influence on so many other little tigers. Thank you for all your accomplishments, and thank you for how you represented Glen Rose ISD. Tonight I'd like to introduce school board members, Paul Phillips, John Flippin, Matt Holder, Tanya Myers, Woody Martin, Mindy Loudermill, and Clint Staples. Let's give them a round of applause, please. The Tiger's Eye Award has been given annually since 1998 to a graduate of Glen Rose High School that has demonstrated continuous support for the students of Glen Rose ISD. Today, it's my honor to introduce the winner of the 2025 Tiger's Eye Award, Alan West. Alan is a fourth-generation resident of Somerville County, has dedicated his life to serving and supporting the Glen Rose Independent School District and the broader community. A proud graduate of Glen Rose High School in the class of 1994, Alan has been an active participant in school activities during his youth and has continued to give back to the district in numerous ways since his graduation. Alan is the son of late Alvin and Patricia West. His parents were key in developing his support of the local community and consistently modeling service to the community. Alan has been supported in this service by his wife of 22 years, Linda, and his son Jake, who just graduated in 2024. Often the three of them can be found working together and helping others in need and supporting various community activities. Following high school, Alan joined the local volunteer fire department and began his career with the sheriff's office, combining his love for community and public service. His commitment to educating young people about fire safety and emergency services has led him to visit the school campuses frequently. Alan has long been a passionate supporter of Glen Rose ISD students, particularly in athletics. His family has held reserve seats at football games since the early 90s, and Alan is consistently present at home football games, basketball games, and baseball games. A committed member to Glen Rose FFA alumni, Alan has played a crucial role in raising funds for scholarships and student support. He has participated in the Somerville County Youth Fair Livestock Show and purchased animals to raise local funds for students. Each year, he volunteers at the Fort Worth Pig Show, with proceeds supporting the FFA Alumni Scholarship Fund. Before being elected sheriff, Alan served as school resource officer in the district. His role allowed him to mentor countless students, helping them navigate challenges and make better choices. Since taking office as sheriff, Alan has continued to collaborate closely with Glen Rose ISD leadership to proactively strengthen school security, even before it became a school mandate. Alan West's dedication to students and staff of Glen Rose ISD, along with his unwavering community spirit, makes him a worthy recipient of the 2025 Tiger's Eye Award. His actions reflect a deep and enduring love for the people of Glen Rose. Please join me in congratulating the Tiger's Eye Award of 2025, Alan West.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank each and every one of you for being here tonight and for the Glen Rose, to be here tonight for the Glen Rose 2025 graduates. Monday morning, April 28th, when I was surprised with the Tiger's Eye Award, will be an ever humbling experience for me, and I will tell you it means a lot to be chosen for the Tiger's Eye. Looking at the names who have been chosen before me, I see so many characteristics of a true Tiger with leadership, and I am proud to wear the red and white with each of them. The old saying, once a Tiger, always a Tiger, runs deep in my blood. Hearing the Eye of the Tiger song before a kickoff still makes my gut knot up to this day. 31 years ago, I sat in these same seats thinking the real world is about to begin. Coach Dye was our baccalaureate speaker, and his message was, one man's trash is another man's treasure. What does that mean for you, class? Take what is given or obtained and make the best of it, and be all that you can be. Small things now may be big things later. And now I am here to tell you, grads, that your life will be what you make out of it, how hard you want it, and the sky is the limit if you try your best at it. Parents, teachers, and this community have given you all the tools to take your experiences to the next level and make us proud. Remember where you're from, and always know we are still here cheering you on. Take a look around you. Some of these folks will move on and may never cross paths with you again. Enjoy these last few hours together as a class of 25. Community, parents, faculty, and students, thank you for your support, for the Tiger Pride, and thank you for the ones who have chosen me for the 2025 Tiger's Eye. This is an event that I will always remember, and I'm glad to share this with you, 2025. Remember one thing in closing: go Big Red. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Allen West, for your contributions to our school and community, and to the past recipients of this award. Our class was honored tonight as they led our procession. Allen West's name has been placed on our Tiger's Eye plaque, which is on permanent display in the foyer of the auditorium. In 1998, the graduating class of Glenrose High School established a tradition of excellence with the creation of the ceremonial flag known as the gonfalon. This token of excellence bears the emblem of our school mascot, the Fighting Tiger, upon a background of red and white, as well as the school logo symbolizing loyalty, effort, and learning. More than these, it represents the spirit of Glenrose High. Each year at commencement, the gonfalon is carried on stage by a Glenrose X student who exemplifies the Tiger spirit. The gonfalon is then handed down from the new X's, the graduating class, to the incoming group of seniors as a challenge to maintain the high standards and fearless spirit of Glenrose High School. At this time, the graduating class of 2025 would like to present the class of 2026, the GRHS Gonfalon. We place Sam Reedy and Caitlin Frush, our trust, in your class to carry on the Glenrose High School tradition of excellence. I would like to thank everyone in the audience for joining us tonight to celebrate the class of 2025. 7 years ago, wait, this is the wrong speech. Whose speech is this? George, did you have my speech? Okay. Sorry, folks. As I was saying, I'm honored to have the privilege to speak about the history of the class at our graduation. I have a dream. Wait, what? This isn't my speech either, Georgie. Kelton, do you have my speech? Okay, sorry guys, this should be it. Good evening, everyone. Family, friends, teachers, staff, and of course, the legendary class of 2025. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Zeke Nagella, senior class president and a proud member of this class since the days when we were losing a tooth every other week and getting to be line leader was basically winning the lottery. That's right, I've been here since kindergarten, which was a really long time ago. Now, I have to be honest with you. When I first sat down to write this speech, I drew a total blank. Nothing, just me, a blinking cursor, and the weight of 13 years of memories that refused to organize themselves into anything coherent. But then I realized, this speech isn't about me, it's about us. So I did what any responsible leader would do. I delegated. I sent out a survey to our class and asked all of you to share your favorite memories, moments, and milestones. You guys delivered. Some of the memories made me laugh, some made me nostalgic. A few were questionable for sure, but together they reminded me just how far we've come and just how much we've done as a class. This class's story starts in 2012 at the elementary school, back in the days when our biggest worries were spelling tests and who got the last chocolate milk. Life felt like something out of a storybook. We'd race to the playground at recess, argue over who was it. Some would play basketball, and others would play a game of vampire. Don't ask how we'd play that game. We were young. Cut us some slack. Then we'd gather in the computer lab, eager to play those crappy games. We were all obsessed with Minecraft, building pixelated castles like digital architects. Polar Express Day felt like a holiday, complete with hot chocolate and cookies for everyone in class. For homecoming, we proudly marched in a shoebox parade, our little floats rolling like royalty down the hallway. Looking back at old photos, I'm definitely not as impressed as I was in second grade. There was the library slide, still legendary. and the Tiger Patrol badges we wore like medals, and the thrill of pizza day like it was a 5-star event. Mrs. Morris was somehow everywhere at once, probably still is, and we really couldn't get away from her. It was a simpler time, but those moments were the foundation of something big. We didn't know it then, but we were growing up together, laughing, learning, and slowly becoming the people we are today. And then we made it to intermediate school. We were getting bossed around by all the big 5th graders, and we all thought they were kings. Sometimes they would let us play Foursquare in the mornings. That's if we weren't playing Chaos. Who could forget the infamous traffic light in the cafeteria? The one that acted like a referee, flashing red and letting out a full-on siren if we got too loud during lunch. We'd all freeze like a deer in the headlights, trying not to laugh while still sneaking in one last joke. Then we sang our hearts out in the music room with Mrs. Brister, playing musical dots and learning Yeshiva boys' Jewish songs. None of us fully knew what we were singing, but we sang loud and proud anyway. We painted with Mr. Godfrey like little artists in training, ran laps for the 100-mile club, usually getting dusted by Rudy Hurtado, and performed with pride at Tigers Got Talent. Recess was its own universe. Soccer, gaga ball, football rivalries that felt like Super Bowls, and those dope swing sets that allowed us to soar through the air. Our first STAR test came during this period of our life, where we sat still longer than ever before. And of course, the trip to the Capitol in Austin, where we stood under the giant dome pretending we understood how government worked. Well, you guys did that. I got detained for that trip for hitting somebody in the face with a basketball, and I had to stay back. I hope it was fun. Regardless, these moments, scattered and simple, were the building blocks of who we are. I think we were all excited to make it to junior high. Our sixth grade year was a special time. We all decided to take a band class or a theater class, and some of us wish we had stuck with it. Pre-athletics is still one of the most difficult things I've done in my athletic career. The animal movements still haunt me to this day. After getting done working out, we'd have to put on our gear and make it to third period. I can only imagine how smelly we were, and I want to give a special thanks to those junior high teachers for putting up with that. 7th grade rolls around and it starts off like any other year. Then comes a 2-week spring break that turned into the entire year of Zoom calls and TikTok trends. We're all stuck at our houses away from school, and it got really boring really fast. By the time August snuck up on us, I know I was ready to get back to school. Masks, masks, masks. Our 8th grade year was covered in masks. We would take them off whenever the teacher would look away and get yelled at when they inevitably looked back. Every Friday, we would make the epic trek to the square to have ice cream and chat. We pretended we were older and that we had life all figured out. Who could forget the great freeze when over 6 inches of snow shut everything down for a moment? Texas felt like the Arctic. Cullen running full speed into a brick wall is a memory that will stick with me forever. I figured I would fit that in somehow. 8th grade graduation felt like a big deal back then, because it was. We didn't know what high school would bring, but we were ready to find out. High school brought its own brand of chaos, pride, unforgettable moments. Mr. Gresham started us off with an essay on the first day of his class. That was my welcome to high school moment. Who could forget the rancid smell of the fox someone put in the ceiling over Coach Gazelle's room? Or the truck that took the power lines by the subway? We got to go home early that day, and with all the extra time that day, I made the decision to go bald. Definitely a random thing to do. But in my opinion, the class of 2025 has a sense of randomness that makes us special. Like when Jessica's pants ripped right in front of Mr. Sal. Or when Sawyer did his best model walk for us in Coach Pear's class. The big event was something we will all remember. Working alongside one another to help this community is a wonderful thing. Senior year brought out the best kind of madness. Whether we were cheering from the pit crew, rushing the field after that double overtime win against Seminole, or running through a full-on rainstorm just to watch the Pear games, we showed up for each other. We all dressed up and got litty for prom, even though we were able to convince Brody that it had gotten canceled the day before. We then started Senior Assassin. Then we started Senior Assassin again. Everyone was paranoid until they were ultimately assassinated when they let their guard down. This eventually led to Olivia and Preston splitting the winnings. We never did finish the pickleball tournament, but of course we all know Cam and I would have taken the crown had we had finished. Then the senior walk. Senior walk was a surreal trip down memory lane, except the day we did it was basically one of the rainiest days of the year. Seeing all the classrooms filled with kids that will be on this stage here in a few short years, for some reason, the elementary school seemed so much smaller than it had when we were youngins. In the following days, we put on a mock car accident to show the effects of distracted driving. Of course, the Shattered Dreams project was an important reminder that life is precious and a single bad decision can alter lives forever. It was a difficult pill to swallow, but I believe it'll help us all in the future. Then, there was the last day of school, a feeling like no other, a place that we have spent most of our lives, and suddenly it's our last time going to class there. These feelings were drowned out by the Powder Puff games. We were the champs of both football and volleyball games, and this sums up who we are as a class, winners. High school wasn't perfect, but it was ours. It was wild, it was loud, and it was full of stories we'll be telling years from now. So here we are, class of 2025, older, taller, well, not Connor, Jaquise. And I like to think a little wiser. We survived quizzes, star tests, fire drills, and at one time we collectively decided that TikTok dances were more important than homework. But through it all, we've learned that it's not just the moments that stand out, it's the people we've shared them with. We've faced challenges, celebrated victories, and supported each other every step of the way. Now, as we head into the next phases of our life, let's carry that same energy forward. The positivity, the perseverance, and the ability to laugh even when things get tough. We've proven that no matter what, we can handle whatever life throws our way. Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it. And as Michael Scott once said, I knew exactly what to do, but in a much more real sense, I had no idea what to do. Same, Michael, same.
Thank you, Zeke. That was a great speech, and it gave me a little bit of a heart attack. It's now my honor to introduce the second-rate student in the class of 2025. This student participated in numerous activities here at the high school, including Power Up, was a band section leader, NHS vice president, state qualifier in public speaking, and an all-region band member. Graduated with over 60 hours in college credit. I believe attending the University of Texas in Austin. Ladies and gentlemen, our salutatorian, Connor J. Quest.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor to stand before you all tonight to deliver this speech. The greatest honor, though, lies in standing alongside the people on this stage. My peers have repeatedly demonstrated their incredible talents in academics, sports, and the arts. And through these accolades, they constantly serve as inspirations. This graduating class is truly something special. Although I had inspirations of my own, specifically my family. My dad taught me that hard work and passion are the most important ingredients to success. My mom is the strongest person I know. My sister will always be someone I can call my best friend. And, of course, my cat Felix is perfect in absolutely every way. Tonight, I will be speaking to you all about something very important to me. You could say it was a light that delivered me from the darkness, and no, I'm not talking about my cat anymore. This principle I discovered is evident in my transformation throughout the past 2 years. As many of you who know me may recall, I was a very different person my freshman year. I was shy, awkward, I wore glasses, and I had short hair. And, by the way, don't believe what Zeke said earlier. I've grown at least 3 inches since freshman year. At least. Anyway, the truth is, though, I never quite felt comfortable back then. I always felt out of place, and I tried desperately to be the person that people hoped or expected me to be. This strained me mentally and honestly made my life a lot more anxious than it had to be. After a while, though, I realized something. I learned the most important lesson of my 4 years of high school. And no, it was not how to find the volume of a donut or what the capital of Djibouti is. No, rather, it was the importance of self-acceptance. I decided that I would come out of my shell and I would be myself for my own sake. No longer would I allow my self-doubt to dictate my ability to be who I was and do what I wanted to do. And the beautiful thing that I discovered was that afterwards, no one judged me or alienated me. I no longer brooded on and on about what one person thought about what I said, or if I brought a weird vibe, or if anyone even liked me. In fact, shockingly to me at the time, I was loved even more for it. Finally, I was free. Now, what I encourage all of you, both my peers and this kind, supporting audience, to do starting tonight is to break free of your shackles of excessive and needless conformity. Stop allowing hesitancy to hold you back from seizing opportunities to be the person you want to be, achieving the things you want to achieve. Accept the fact that you are capable, you are fundamentally likable, and you are deeply loved, no matter what. Who cares what anyone else says? Because after this ceremony, the Glen Rose class of 2025 will face a choice. Over time, it will feel like a series of smaller choices throughout the next 10 years or so, but the real choice is presented to you right now. Are you going to stagger through your life, surrendering at every corner to insecurity? Or are you going to take on what's ahead, refusing to be stopped by the most malicious antagonist of all, your own mind? I have had the remarkable pleasure of knowing my fellow seniors, soon-to-be alumni, and I have no doubt that each and every one of them has the absolute fullest capability to make that correct decision. I look to our futures with much excitement, and I give my deepest thanks to everyone who came here tonight in support. I give all glory to God above and thank him for the many blessings that he has given. But seriously, congratulations, class of 2025, and goodbye, Glen Rose. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Connor. It's now my pleasure to introduce the first-ranked student in the class of 2025. This student has accomplished many things during his time here at Glen Rose High School, including being a band section leader, choir tenor section leader, Glen Rose robotics coding lead, NHS treasurer, member of the student council, was 8th chair TMEA All Area Choir, first place in UIL Computer Science, and a 3-time TMEA All Region Band member. Graduates tonight with 51 college hours and will attend the University of Texas at Arlington to study computer science. Ladies and gentlemen, our valedictorian, Seth Benezee.
One of my best friends randomly said to me, "You know, the choices that we make in these 4 years can determine the rest of our lives." I just stood there and looked at him for a second, but then I started to think about it. All the choices we make have consequences, whether beneficial or detrimental. His words have been stuck in the back of my mind since. Then when I was trying to figure out what to talk about tonight, I came back to this. I know it's so cliche talking about choices. I probably sound like a parent. In fact, I know I sound like my mother every time I leave the house. She always says, "Make decisions for a long, lovely life." But even so, it is an important topic. An active choice to make a slight improvement starts to build and build. Consider the thought of getting up and doing something productive instead of scrolling. I know it doesn't sound very pleasant. It is such a small concept, but it could have an immense impact if it could become a habit. The average teenager spends over 4 hours on social media or watching TV and videos, according to Common Sense Media. If you spent just half of that time not being on your phone, you could practice a new skill or just get some extra sleep. Can you imagine how much better high school would have been if we had all gotten 2 extra hours of sleep each night? Think of all the progress that you can make because of the extra time. However, negative decisions can also have a huge impact on our lives, probably more than positive choices. Just a few poor choices can start a downward spiral. But if you recognize the consequences and make the decision to start taking the small steps again, you can still build those beneficial habits. The neutral choices we made throughout high school also had a huge impact on us. Many of us started high school doing everything we possibly could. However, we had to start to specialize just to maintain our sanity. We had to choose between all the opportunities at Glen Rose High School, and making those decisions made distinctive paths for everyone. For example, I probably would not have chosen to major in computer science if I had not joined robotics. I've talked quite a bit about the last 4 years and how they could have impacted our lives. But now I want to speak about our time in college. Our years in high school were meant to set us up for our lives, to prepare us for whatever path we choose. However, our first few years out of high school start our lives. We do not have our parents right there guiding us along anymore. We are completely responsible for our own decisions. Always remember that your actions have consequences, no matter what. Your behavior through these years can have such a positive impact on the rest of your life, but it can also tear you down. Do not let short-sightedness destroy the incredible accomplishments you can obtain. Just take a second and think before jumping into a situation. These choices during this time can determine the rest of your life. However, what's more important than the rest of your life? The rest of your eternity. I have made mistakes. I have made bad decisions, which has had consequences. But there is someone who loves me despite my choices. There is someone who loves you no matter what happens. He died for each and every one of you. He will never let you go, even when it feels like you cannot take another step. His name is Jesus. Will you make the choice to take his hand, follow him, and join him for the rest of your eternity? Or will you walk away? Despite every other decision and consequence in your life, this is the only one that truly matters. In closing, I ask those younger than us to understand that your time during high school can prepare you for wonderful things in your life ahead. I encourage my fellow seniors to consider the consequences of your actions during the next few years. And finally, I urge everyone here tonight to contemplate the most important choice of your life. Where will you go when your time for decision-making runs out?
Thank you, Seth, for the contributions you've made to Glen Rose High School. Really appreciate it. All right, seniors, we are about to award your diplomas. Before this happens, I do want to take just a moment to address you as a class one last time. I do want to say thank you to each of you for making this a truly memorable year and experience. So I can vividly remember a time not so long ago when you were all bright-eyed, smiling little intermediate students. You were all my first class as a young administrator. I've had the privilege that not many educators get, and that's to watch you grow. Thankfully, most of you mature over the years. I got to shake your hands on 5th grade award ceremony day, and I get to do it again tonight at graduation. Could not be more proud of each and every one of you, even if I did keep some of you from attending field trips from time to time. On behalf of all the faculty and staff, I would just like to say that it has been a privilege to be on this journey with each of you. We love you. We're certainly proud of all of you, and congratulations. Good job, guys. Dr. Overbow, board members, parents, ladies and gentlemen, by the power vested in me as principal of Glen Rose High School, I hereby certify that the following students have met and completed all requirements set by the state of Texas and Glen Rose ISD. It is now my pleasure to recommend that the members of the class of 2025 receive their high school diplomas.
Mr. Tidwell, as Superintendent of Glen Rose Independent School District and representing the school board, I certify that these seniors, as graduates of Glen Rose High School, with all the rights and privileges this diploma carries.
All right. As Mr. Tidwell mentioned earlier, as soon as I call these young people's names to walk the stage and get their diploma, you will hear a voice recording that each of them recorded to thank their loved ones that helped them get here today. So if you could please hold your applause so that everyone can hear those playing on the speakers. And without further ado, Seth Stephen Benazzi.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for the continuous love and teaching me the importance of a strong work ethic and integrity. Thank you, Thomas, for teaching me how to find the joy despite difficult times. Thank you to my church family for always supporting me, and thank you to God for loving me despite my mistakes.
Connor William Jaquess.
To Mom and Dad, without your unwavering support, I wouldn't have an ounce of the opportunity that I've been blessed with. To the rest of my family, thank you for always loving and accepting me no matter what. And Kinsley, you're Lewis. Love you.
Emma Mae Williams.
First, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my brother Dean for their love and support, and all of my family here today. I'd also like to thank Mr. Sal for always pushing me, Mrs. Hawkins for reading all my eccentric essays, Mr. Gresham for his insightful lectures, Mr. K for the opportunities on stage, Miss Uten for her good humor, Dr. Hill for her patience, and Coach Yeager for letting me draw flowers on his whiteboard.
Justin Haley Wynn.
I want to start by thanking God for making the perfect plan for my life and all the blessings He's given me. I also want to thank my parents for always being my biggest supporters and lifelong best friends. I appreciate Glenrose's administration for having my best interest at heart, and all of my teachers, specifically Mrs. Harlan for being the best CIA agent, Coach Yeager for his dry sarcasm, and Mrs. B for all the lunch talk. Thank you, Mr. Teal and the band directors for developing the programs that have poured so much into me. I wouldn't be the person I am today without all of you. Thank you so much.
Nicholas Philip Atayam.
I'd like to thank my mother and my grandmother for their continuous support and love during high school, and I know for a fact without it, I wouldn't be able to accomplish what I have so far today.
Jocelyn Grace Fresnel.
I'd like to take a moment to thank my incredible parents for their endless love, support, and encouragement through every challenge and every success. Your belief in me has meant more than words. To my amazing teachers, thank you for your guidance, patience, and for always inspiring me to aim higher and work harder. The lessons you've shared, both in and out of the classroom, will stay with me for a lifetime. I truly wouldn't be here without each of you.
Jake Christian Stone.
I want to thank my family, Mr. O'Quinn, Mr. Myers, my mom, Jeff, Dada Dadi, Nana Nani, for always believing in me unconditionally and pushing me to be the best version of myself. The values you have instilled in me will allow me to succeed. And to my dad, thank you for always pushing me to be a better man in God's image. I aspire to be like you every day.
Kyla Josephine Halcomb.
I want to thank my best friend, my mom, for showing me unwavering support, determination, and perseverance. To my dad, thank you for teaching me that not everything has to be serious. I can have fun and enjoy life. To my brothers, thank you for being someone I can look up to. I wouldn't be who I am today without y'all. Lastly, to my teachers, thank you for all the help you have given me that has guided me through these 12 years, especially Miss Vino for making a difference in my life. I truly appreciate everything you have done, and I'll never forget you.
Liam Reynaldo Perez.
I would like to thank the Lord, my family, teachers, and mentors. Mom, Dad, thank you all for supporting me throughout my journey and disciplining me to be righteous under the Lord. The values you have instilled in me will allow me to exceed in various endeavors throughout my life.
Preston Gene Andrews.
I would like to thank my teachers and directors for giving me the opportunity to learn and perform in Glenrose. I'm beyond grateful for my mom, dad, and all of my family for always encouraging me to chase my dreams.
Emma June Sampson.
First, I'd like to thank my mother, father, and grandparents for giving me the love, encouragement, and freedom I needed to succeed. I'd also like to thank all of my teachers from kindergarten to now for investing in my education. Special thanks to Mr. K, Mr. Sal, Mr. Gresham, Dr. Hill, and Mrs. Hawkins for guiding me in my favorite subjects.
Brooklyn Quayle Peterson.
Thank you to my family for supporting me in my academic and athletic activities and achievements. Shout out to all of my coaches for giving me opportunities and keeping me in check. I also want to thank my teachers for helping me gain knowledge and for great advice. Special shout out to Ms. Degent for setting the foundation of how I became who I am today. I love you all.
Carly Jade Rawson.
I would like to thank my teachers for their guidance and patience that has shaped me into the person I am today. To my Nana and Papa, your encouragement and support has meant the world to me. To my brother and sister, I would like to thank you too for always making me laugh and being there when no one else is. To Kevin, thank you for always fixing my car and being my personal tech guru. And finally, to my mom, I want to thank you for being there whenever I need you. Whether it's an actual problem or just me being crazy, you're always there. Thank you guys for everything.
Jessica Faith Van Buren.
I would like to thank the Lord and my family for being my backbone of life, and I would like to personally thank every teacher and coach that I've encountered in my last 4 years.
Carly Jo Wright.
First, I'd like to thank God for all the blessings and opportunities He's given me and never leaving my side. I want to thank my parents and family for not only their unconditional love and support, but also setting the best example for me in my life. I also want to thank my teachers, church, and everyone else who's helped me get to this point. Thanks and gig'em.
Addison Reese David.
I would like to thank my parents for always being there for me and supporting me through everything. Thank you to Coach Clifton and Coach Pear for pushing me to do my best, and Mr. Gresham and Miss Nagella for always encouraging me to go after my goals. Gig'em.
Front row, you may be seated. Maverick Roger Albertson.
Mom, Dad, thank you both so much for the countless nights spent helping me on projects or encouraging me to keep on going no matter how hard life got. Both of you are an inspiration in your respective ways, and I truly wish to be like the both of you one day. Thank you to everyone who's always had my back, to everyone who's been in my corner. I love y'all.
Peyton Alyssa Alexander.
Mom and Dad, I just wanted to take a moment to express how incredibly grateful I am for everything y'all have done for me. From the countless sacrifices to the endless support, you've always been my rock. You've taught me so much about life, love, and perseverance, and I wouldn't be where I am today without you. Thank you for believing in me even when I doubt myself. I love you both more than words can say.
Colton Russell Andrus.
First, I thank Jesus for guiding me through every step. Mom, Dad, and family, your love, support, and sacrifices have meant everything. And to my coaches, thank you for helping shape me into who I am.
Yalitza Aileen Arriaga.
Primeramente le quiero dar gracias a Dios por permitirme llegar a este momento. También le quiero agradecer a mi papá por apoyarme y siempre creer en mis sueños. Te amo, papá.
Maximiliano and Amicio Arroyos.
I want to thank my parents and teachers for helping me and pushing me to do better.
Coy Tolbert Bain.
I would like to take a moment to thank my mom, dad, and grandparents for everything you've done for me. Your constant love, support, and encouragement have meant the world to me. Through every challenge, every late night, and every milestone, you stood by my side, believed in me, and pushed me to be my best. I couldn't be here without you. Thank you.
Christian Abel Ballesteros.
I want to thank my mom and dad for being there for me every day, and I want to thank Coach Oldman Pear, Coach Cordova, and Coach Pear for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to play the sport I love.
Rosario Barrios.
For those who have supported me throughout these years, thank you for guiding me in the right way. I greatly appreciate my parents for unconditionally loving me. I could not have done it without y'all. I love you. Thank you.
Kaylee Louise Billings.
To my mom and dad, thank you for your endless support and love. You've always believed in me even when I doubted myself. And to Ms. Vino, thank you for inspiring me, helping me grow, and always being there for me. I wouldn't be here without you all.
Iris Elizabeth Black.
I would like to thank my mother for her guidance, my dad for showing me the Aggie way, my sister for teaching me to stand up for myself, and my brother for having me watch my steps in case of stepping on a Lego. Gig'em!
Peyton Catherine Black.
I'd first like to thank my parents and faculty for always being supportive of me and the journey that is ahead of me, and continuing to lead me to success. I'd also like to thank my brother Garrett and William for always being there for me and making me have the most fun. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my heavenly brother Hayden and my granny for being my guardian angels and leading me to where I'm meant to be. Sick 'em Bears.
Austin James Boland.
Thank you to my mom and dad for encouraging me to do great things and to serve others. I want to thank all of my teachers from kindergarten through 12th grade for teaching me how to thrive in the world. Thank you to Ty Dunn and Blake Perry for encouraging me in my faith and helping me grow as a leader. I want to thank the community of Glen Rose, Texas for the support that you provide to students. Last but not least, I want to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for always being present in my life and the guidance that he has given me. All praise belongs to him. Thank you.
Brody Garrett Bowman.
I want to thank my family, especially my brothers and cousins, and also like to thank my coaches for everything they have done for me.
Lucas McCain Bradford.
I'd like to start by thanking my parents for not only supporting me, but disciplining me and guiding me when I needed it. I would also like to thank all the teachers who helped me along my way here at Glen Rose. I couldn't imagine having graduated from anywhere else.
Merritt Michael Brewer.
Thank you, Mom, Dad, Courtney, and Joe for all your love, support, and encouragement throughout my journey. I couldn't have reached this milestone without your constant belief in me. The guidance, patience, and strength y'all have shown me has meant the world to me. Thank y'all.
Braden Alexander Bruton.
I want to thank my parents especially for putting up with me the last 4 years. And I also want to thank my coaches and teachers that have taught me a lot over the past 4 years. And I also want to thank everyone else that's been with my journey through here. And thank you.
Clara Evelyn Bruton.
I just want to take a moment to sincerely thank my family and teachers. Your support, encouragement, and patience have meant the world to me. You've guided me through challenges, celebrated my wins, and helped me shape the person I am today. I couldn't have made it through high school without you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Abigail Cheyenne Bunt.
I would like to thank my parents for their constant support and guidance. I wouldn't be the person I am today without your constant love and encouragement. I would also like to thank my brother for the laughs and advice, and my sisters for being my biggest fans. Thank you to my grandparents for never missing a game, and all the teachers and coaches that have inspired me. Thank you, Glen Rose, for the past 12 years.
Molly Kate Burns.
First, I want to thank God for allowing me to get through these last 4 years. I want to thank my parents for always pushing me to be the best version of me and always being there to listen and encourage me. And finally, I want to thank Coach Young, Parrott, and Miller, the Harlans, and all the teachers for showing me I can do hard things and pushing me through these 4 amazing years as a Lady Tiger.
Avon Blaine Butler.
I'd like to thank both of my grandparents, Mark and Julie Butler, for raising me to the man that I have and will continue to grow into. I'd like to thank all of my coaches, Coach Heron, Coach Cordova, and Coach Dingler for giving me the best 4 years of my high school life. And a special thanks to all of those people who wished to be here with me but could not make it. I'd like to say thank you to everybody and everyone I've ever known.
Second row, you may be seated. Claire Grace Cantwell.
I first want to thank God for the blessings he has put in my life. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Emily, and Hannah for all the support y'all have shown me throughout my time in high school. Thank you to my teachers for all that you have done, especially my ag teachers, for always pushing me to strive to be better. The life lessons y'all have taught me will last a lifetime.
Bailey Lynn Chadwell.
To Mom and Derek, I'm deeply grateful for your constant support and encouragement. As I stand here today and look ahead, I feel confident and ready to take on whatever comes my way, knowing that both of you are right beside me, cheering me on.
Andrew Sean Clark.
I want to thank my parents for all that they have done for me, whether it's getting on to me about chores and other things that I think are dumb, or taking me all over the state during the summers for countless golf tournaments. I also want to thank Coach Clifton and Coach Perry for making high school golf as awesome as it was, with so many amazing memories.
Samantha Casey Clark.
I would like to thank my mom, dad, grandparents, and family as a whole for being my unwavering support system. Y'all sacrifices to make my dreams a reality will never go unnoticed. I would also like to thank Coach Dingler, Miss Boone, and Miss Nagella for believing in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. Lastly, I would like to thank Glen Rose ISD for giving me the memories and relationships that will last a lifetime.
Kyle Miller Clifton.
I would like to thank my parents for helping me through all of the ups and downs. I'd like to thank Mr. Sal for his insight in my writing style. Ms. Nagella, I would like to thank you for your empathy when discussing work problems. And lastly, I would like to thank my brother, our friends, and our friends for every experience together. Whether they were good or bad, it has shaped me as a person.
Bailey Christine Klein.
I would first like to thank God for everything He has done and continues to do for me. I also want to thank my parents, family, and teachers for providing me with endless opportunities and always making sure I succeed.
Temperance Elizabeth Comer.
I want to thank all my teachers for being there for me and making me the student I am today. I also want to thank my coaches for making my years as a Lady Tiger special and unforgettable. And lastly, I want to thank my parents and my brother for being there for every event, from choir concerts to softball games to powerlifting meets. I could not have asked for a better family and a better support system. I'm proud to call myself a Glen Rose Tiger.
Brandon Azale Coronado.
Thank you to my parents and teachers for the support and love. Your encouragement has shaped who I am today. I am deeply grateful for everything you have done to help me grow. Gracias a mis papás.
Everett Randolph Cowsland III.
I would like to thank my mom, dad, and stepdad for always believing in me. I would also like to thank Mr. Keenbaum and Mr. Stover for pushing me to be the best that I can, and thank you to Coach Bird for teaching me what not to do.
Patrick Logan Pawahi Cruz.
I want to thank my parents and my brothers, and I want to thank Poseidon for all the fish.
Chandler Harley Davis.
First, I would like to thank God for all the opportunities He has blessed me with. I would also like to thank my family for your unwavering support and love in everything that I do. Lastly, I would like to thank my teachers and coaches for pushing me to be a better person and always wanting the best for me. Your guidance and leadership is always something that I will look up to.
Cooper Allen Davis.
I would like to first thank God for all the opportunities He has blessed me with. Secondly, I would like to thank my parents for all the support throughout my whole life. I would also like to thank my siblings, Garrett, Caroline, Emma, and Adeline, for being my biggest cheerleaders. And lastly, I would like to thank Mr. Wigington for everything he has done for me, and Mr. O'Quinn for seeing potential in me my freshman year. Go Tigers and Wreck 'em Tech.
Sarah Emily Davis.
First, I'd like to thank Jesus for sacrificing everything and being a light into my path. Thanks for providing for me and loving me. I want to thank my mom and dad. Thank you for raising me into the young woman I am. Thank you for teaching me kindness, respect, humility, servitude, and how to love others. Thanks to Sam and Kate for being my besties forever. I love you guys, and I'll always be there when you need me. Thanks to my entire family for inspiring me. Thank you to the Bowen family for being there and loving me. Thank you to Hayden and Juliana for being my mentors on my faith journey. Thank you to my teachers from kindergarten to 12th grade who have been there during this journey. I love y'all. Bleed purple.
Allie Marie Day.
I would like to thank my parents and grandparents for loving and supporting me unconditionally throughout high school. I would also like to thank Ms. Newton for always encouraging me and acting as a role model that I look up to. Lastly, I want to thank my best friend, Pop. I will always love you and wish you could be here today.
Celine DeReza de Loera.
I would like to start by giving thanks to the Lord for everything and ask that He may watch over all of us. I want to give a huge thanks to the Wyatts, the Stevensons, and my geometricians, a mi familia y a mis seres queridos, a mis padres que me lo dieron todo y me apoyaron incondicionalmente.
Cesar Gabriel Diaz.
I'd like to first thank God, then my parents who have always been there for me, my loving family, my helpful teachers, my coaches and their guidance, and anyone who helped me get to this point today. You helped me shape me into the man I am.
Lexi K. Douglas.
First off, I want to say thank you to God. He has given me strength, courage, and the opportunities I've been blessed with. Secondly, I want to thank my parents and my brothers for being there for me through all the tough times. I truly wouldn't be here without y'all. And lastly, thank you to my teachers and coaches. You pushed me even when I doubted myself, and you saw potential in me when I couldn't see it in myself.
Alyssa Ray Duncan.
I want to thank my mom for pushing me to be better and do great things. I want to thank my family for their support and love. I want to thank Miss Angela, Miss Harlan, and Miss Stroud. You have all guided me through the hardest times of high school and celebrated my wins with me. To all of you, I hold you in the highest regard, so thank you.
Austin Glenn Edwards.
I want to thank my mom for always being supportive of me and all the decisions I've made, and I want to thank my dad for building me up into the man I am today, as well as being the smartest person I know and being able to answer almost any question I've had. Love you guys.
Olivia May Engelhart.
To God, my biggest inspiration, thank you for protecting and guiding me throughout my life. To my mom and stepdad, your strength and love helped shape mine. The support you've provided me will never go unnoticed. And to Caesar and Lara, thank you for keeping me sane throughout high school and believing in me. And to my teachers, thank you for pushing me forward. I'm leaving Glen Rose with love, growth, and a heart full of gratitude. Thank you all.
Hayden Elijah Escobar.
I want to thank my mom, my dad, my grandma, uncle, and aunt for raising me, and wanted to thank my brother for being there.
Canyon Jace Evans.
First, I want to thank God because without Him, nothing is possible. Anything I achieved and could ever do is not attainable without Him. Thank you to Mom, who was always the loudest in the stands. Thank you to Dad, who showed me how to be strong and do what's right. Thank you to Paisley and Big Daddy, who showed me how to be kind, and to Hartley, who inspires me to be a better person that she can look up to. Thank you to the rest of my family for always having my back. You'll never know how much it meant to me.
Guadalupe Favela.
Quiero agradecer a mis padres, gracias mamá y papá, por su infinito amor, sacrificio y apoyo. Creíste en mí cuando las cosas se hicieron difíciles. Y este momento es tanto tuyo como mío. To my family, friends, and teachers, thank you for lifting me up. We did it.
Jake Alexander Garcia.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for giving me the strength that I have to be the person I am. También le quiero dar las gracias a mi abuelita querida porque sin ti, mamá, nada sería posible. And Mom, thank you for being the woman that God sent to me and my siblings, always pushing us to be the best versions of ourselves and showing us that love is endless. Dad, thank you for always being so hard on me and showing us that when life gets hard and pushes you down, there's only one way to go, and that's up. And from here we go up. Abuelita, Mom, Dad, Jada, Job, Jax, and Daniel, and the rest of my familia querida, los quiero mucho, and thank y'all.
Sawyer Hayes Gazelle.
I'd like to give a special thanks to the people in my life that have helped me get here. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for making endless sacrifices and pouring the time and effort into raising me. Thank you, Coach Alexander, Pear, and Harlan for always believing in me and for the years of work that has set the foundation for the man I will become. I am blessed to have you all by my side throughout these years.
Preston Ty Glass.
I want to thank my grandparents and family for getting me to this point and never giving up on me.
Aiden Arizona Gonzalez Guerrero.
I want to thank my mom and dad for helping me through my ups and downs and helping me write my essays. Mr. Sal, thank you for helping me advance with my writing since the first day. I also want to thank Mr. Portillo for raising my confidence in musicianship. I'm thankful for the wonderful memories with my peers, and my journey continues in the Ram family.
Megan Elizabeth Green.
I want to thank my mom for all the support and love she's given me throughout my life. I would also like to thank my dad for all the oil changes and stupid car questions he's ever answered. I'd also like to thank my band directors for pushing me to be the best I can be and for always encouraging me to support others and allow them to also be the best they can be.
Kylie Joe Gribble.
I would like to thank my mom for being my rock and for being one of the reasons why I am where I am today, and for my family and friends supporting me the entire way. I would also like to give recognition to Miss Boone for guiding me since I've moved to Glen Rose.
Josiah David Groneweg.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for putting me in the position I'm in. Thank you for the coaches that believed me and pushed me to be the best version of myself. Pear, Dingler, Bird, thank y'all. Next, the Brutons. Thank y'all for the love you showed me and being so kind to me and bringing me in. The best for last, my siblings. Willie, Kashawn, Amara, Elijah. Thank y'all for the love and dedication y'all gave to me and for pushing me as well. Go Cohawks.
Wesley Ananias Gutierrez.
To my parents, thank you for allowing me to grow and become the person that I am. I believe the trust and tolerance you had with me had helped me be a better person.
Taylor Rose Harlan.
First, I would like to thank God for all of His blessings and guidance. I would also like to thank my family for always loving and supporting me, along with my teachers, coaches, and the Glen Rose community for the constant encouragement. Thank you, and go Tigers.
Colton West Harper.
First, I would like to thank God for the blessings and opportunities He has given me throughout my life. Next, I would like to thank my parents for the unconditional love they've shown me as well as the support and never failing to be there for me. I would also like to thank my brothers for being the best friends I could ask for. Lastly, thank you to all the teachers and coaches who have supported me during my years here at Glen Rose.
Grecia Hernandez Galena.
Dear Mom and Dad, hoy estoy cumpliendo un gran logro y es gracias a ustedes. Gracias por cada sacrificio y cada consejo que me dan. También quiero agradecer a mis hermanas por ser mis compañeras de vida, mi apoyo incondicional y mi mayor alegría. Las amo.
Marco Antonio Hernandez.
But first and foremost, I want to thank God for everything that He has put me through in this high school journey I have had. I want to thank my parents for pushing me in everything, whether it was in football or in school. I couldn't have done it without you guys.
Mariah Lachey Kelly Hill.
I would like to thank both of my grandparents. I would not be here without them, and my mother and father for giving me motivation to graduate so they could be here.
Cadence Lynn Holloway.
I want to thank my mom for being there since my first breath and putting up with me these past 18 years, especially during my rebellious phases. But most of all, I want to thank my whole family for helping me get here. Y'all have been my cheerleaders, my therapists, and even my personal Ubers. Thank you for the support and for always believing in me even when I doubted myself.
Corbin Brian Harmagos.
I just want to thank my parents for always believing in me and my teachers for guiding me every step of the way. This wouldn't be possible without you.
Dylan Jack Howard.
I'd like to thank my parents for always supporting me, Old Pair for pushing me to work hard, Miss Reedy and Miss Nagella for always working to make sure we all enjoy school, and I'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Clifton for always having me welcome to their home.
Madison Olivia Ibarra.
I would like to thank my dad and Gavin for always being there to support me. I would also like to thank Miss Vina for helping me reach goals I didn't think was possible, and Coach Dingler for being my therapist, helping me through the past year. But most of all, I would like to thank my mom, who has never given up on me and has been with me every step of the way.
Jaden Link Kelso.
First, I'd like to thank my mom and dad for supporting and encouraging me through high school. Also, thanks to the teachers who taught me in school and helped make high school easier.
Zoe Elizabeth Key.
I want to say thank you to my friends and family for supporting me along the way. A special thanks to my mom. I am grateful for your wisdom and unwavering support.
Cullen Korth Kiekefer.
Thank you, Coach Heron, Coach Cordova, and Coach Dingler for pushing me to reach my dream of playing baseball at the next level. I appreciate you for recognizing my talents and working alongside me as a true teammate rather than just a coach. To my parents, I wouldn't be the man I am today without your unwavering love and sacrifice. You never gave up on me, even when things were tough. I don't say it a lot, but I love y'all.
Ethan James Lambert.
I want to thank my parents for supporting me and my teachers for preparing me for my future.
Austin Russell Lamons.
First and foremost, thank the Lord, my family, and friends. Thank my teachers and mentors. Specifically, thank you, Mr. Stover, Mr. Sal, Mr. O'Quinn, and Mr. Myers. All of your support through the good, the bad, and the ugly has allowed me to prosper, and I am forever thankful for that which you have done for me.
Emma Catherine Lavette.
Thank you to my family for always supporting me. You have always encouraged me, and I'm grateful for the opportunities I have today and hopeful for my future.
Lillian Dawn Lemons.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always supporting me and showing up to all of my events. Thank you, family, for driving a long way to support me. And thank you, Mr. Portillo, for always pushing me out of my comfort zone.
Lexi Lene Lewis.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for your endless love, support, and sacrifices. I couldn't have made it here without you. This walk is just as much yours as it is mine. I love you.
Matthew Keith Littleton.
First, I want to thank God, and then I want to thank my parents for fighting along the way with me, and all my teachers who helped me along the way, and time to step into real life.
Paisley Lorraine Lively.
I would like to thank my dad for being my #1 supporter over my high school career. I would like to thank my mom for being my inspiration, and I would like to thank my family and Miss Vino for being my personal cheerleaders.
Lillian Pixie Lohman.
I would like to thank my family for pushing me to never give up and showing me the importance of a well-rounded education. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for supporting me and allowing me every opportunity to succeed.
Henry Lopez.
Mom, Dad, I know I don't say this often, but I love you, and I know it's been a pain in the butt to raise, but look where that's gotten me. I guess I am your best investment after all. I hope you're as proud as me as I am with you.
Lainey Camille Martin.
To my parents, I'm truly grateful for how you've supported me and all you've done for me these past 18 years and all you do for me in the future. I love you always. Thank you, Ms. Cordova, and all my teachers for educating me and pushing me to become my best. Lastly, thank you, God, for blessing me with this life and the ability to wake up every day and live for you.
Yandel Martinez.
Me gustaría darle las gracias a mi mamá y mi papá por siempre estar apoyándome y por haber hecho tantos sacrificios por mí. And I would like to thank Beyonce because if you know, and my siblings for always keeping it real and never leaving my side. And lastly, I would like to thank the Lord for guiding me through the hardest obstacles that life threw my way. Without Him, I wouldn't be where I am here today, graduating the stage. See you in 10 years.
Alberto Torres Martinez, Jr.
I'd like to thank Coach Bird and Coach Dingler for sticking and believing in me even though I dropped out of athletics freshman year. I'd like to thank Mr. Pounds for still seeing the best in me even after many arguments and disagreements. He has my most respect for Mr. Pounds, even though I don't show it as much as I should. I'd like to thank my mother for never giving up on me even after disappointing her, and she still believes in me. I love you, Mama. I'd like to thank my father for making me understand what it is to be a man and never let anybody put me down or think I'm less. And finally, I'm most thankful for my sister for always helping me and getting me through the dark times and listening to me when nobody else and no one else could get through to me and understanding me. I love you more than words can express, along with everybody mentioned in this speech.
Andrew Bryce Matlock.
Hey everybody, I just gotta thank my mom and my dad. I know I'm lazy, but I genuinely couldn't have done it without you, and I'm sure you guys know that. And thank you to everyone else, my teachers. I just wish I could have been a Glen Rose Tiger a little bit longer, but I appreciate you all.
Lily Rayanne Melton.
First, I would like to glorify God and thank Him for His blessings and guidance. I am thankful for the endless love and support from my parents as well as the teachers and coaches who have inspired me to be the best version of myself. I would also like to thank Coach Hewitt for reminding me that even through hard times, you can positively impact others by being kind and letting God's light shine through you.
Georgie Alberto Mendoza.
I just want to take a moment to thank my parents. Mom, you've been by my side through all my ups and downs and adventures. Papá, gracias por todo lo que has hecho para hacerme el hombre que soy hoy. And a thank you to the rest of my family and my grandma who's watching me from up above.
Cameron Deshay Metker.
I want to thank my family for always being there for me and for their constant support. To my mom, thank you for always believing in me and being my biggest role model. You've been my greatest support, and I'm so grateful. To my teachers, thank you for guiding me through the years. I wouldn't be where I am today without the love and support and encouragement I've received from all of you.
William Nolan Metz.
I'd like to thank Mom and Dad for pushing me to achieve my goals even through setbacks. I'd also like to thank Mr. Portillo, Mr. Holmes, Mr. Cates, and Mr. Board for making me enjoy music even more.
Emma Danielle Mims.
I would like to thank my parents for their support and guidance that has shaped me into the person I am today. I am so grateful for the sacrifices you've made and countless ways you've been there for me. Love y'all.
Jonah Leilani Mobley.
I would like to thank my parents for always putting up with me and being my best friends throughout my whole life. I love y'all. Mahalo.
Lilybeth Montero.
I want to thank my family, teachers, and coworkers for believing in me. Mamá y papá, gracias por su apoyo y sacrificio. Sin ustedes no estaría aquí, y es por ustedes que hoy camino por este escenario. Hermana y hermanos, gracias por siempre estar conmigo. Los amo. Thank you to Mr. Sal, Ms. Nigella, Mr. Stover, who inspired me to pursue my passion. Thank you to Ms. Amanda, Ms. Hannah, and Dr. Lopez, who inspired me to follow in my faith. And thank you, Shelley and Alex, for giving me the opportunity to better myself as a person.
Campbell Faye Morris.
I would like to thank my dad and Hudson for supporting me. Shane, thank you for being my best friend. Ella, thank you for growing with me and teaching me the ways. Miller, thank you for teaching me patience. And Mom, thank you for being my biggest supporter, best friend, and role model.
Ulysses de Jesus Moreau.
I want to thank God for blessing and protecting me along this journey. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for your endless love that has helped me reach this point. Thank you to all of my family for your support and always being there for me. I also want to thank Coach Pear for never giving up on me. Y a mi abuelita, muchas gracias por todo, ma. La quiero mucho.
Ethan Alexander Murphy.
I'd like to thank my brothers, my mom, Coach Dingler, Miss Cordova, Coach Hewitt, and Miss Nigella. You all have been big influences in my high school career, and I wouldn't have gotten here without you all. Thank you.
Sarah Elizabeth Grace Murphy.
I want to thank all my teachers for positively impacting my life, but especially Miss Harlan and Miss Shaw for believing in me when it felt like no one else did and for pushing me to be the best person I could be. Most of all, I want to thank my parents for teaching me a valuable life lesson while still loving me unconditionally.
Luis Gerardo Narvaz Franco.
Quiero agradecer a mis papás por darles las gracias por haber estado siempre, por todo el apoyo que me dieron todo este tiempo. También agradecer a los maestros por todo el apoyo que me dieron por todo el tiempo que estuve en la escuela y muy feliz por haber estado aquí.
Gloria Navarrete.
I want to thank my family for pushing me to do my best at school and my teachers for not giving up on me.
Zeke Jackson Nagella.
Mommy and Daddy, you guys are the best. I love you guys more than you know. Coach Brian and Coach Hewitt, you both deserve the biggest thanks I can give for pushing me to be the best player I could be.
Zara Morgan Overton.
Hey y'all, I want to thank my parents for always being there, and I want to thank my sister for getting me through all my math classes.
Tansy Leanne Parsons.
There are so many people I would like to thank, but obviously my biggest thanks goes to my parents. I know I didn't make things easy, but I am so glad you put up with me. And thank you to my brother for being an example throughout all these years. I would also like to thank my grandmother, who was so inspirational and brave till her last moments and helped to make me who I am. Lastly, thank you, Miss Nigella and Mr. K, for always encouraging my creativity. I wouldn't be who I am without y'all's support.
Anna Gwendolyn Peters.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for being my support system through thick and thin. Thank you, Mom, for teaching me how to stand up for myself in any given situation. Thank you, Dad, for being nothing but loving and understanding to me when I came to you about any problems I had. Thank you, young Pear and Miss Nigella, for putting a smile on my face almost every single day I've been in your classes. Thank you, old Pear, for teaching me the ways of math. No matter how many questions I had, you never got irritated with me, and I'm thankful for you.
Jackson Scott Pillow Van Dyke.
I want to thank Christ for giving me the opportunities he has given me, and I want to thank my family for helping me the whole way, especially my mom and dad, and I want to thank my teachers for helping me become the student I am today, and a special thanks to my cousin Piper for being my biggest cheerleader.
Mateo Anthony Pinal.
I would love to thank my mom for always being the reason why I push forward in my life. I love you so much. And to my sisters for keeping me in check. Thank you to Mr. Kuran for always being my unpaid therapist. I always appreciated your honesty.
Rihanna Felicity Opal Point.
I would like to thank my family for always supporting me through everything. I also want to thank Miss Nigella, Mr. K, Mr. Sal, and Miss Boone for always believing me, pushing me to do my best, and being there when I needed guidance. I truly appreciate you all.
Michael Caden Porter.
I want to thank my mom, my dad, my brother and sister, and my grandparents. Your love, support, and encouragement have meant the world to me through every step of this journey. I wouldn't be standing here today without you. Thank you for everything you've all done for me.
Jacob Ryan Rabior.
I am who I am today because of the Heavenly Father and my family. Thank you all. Amen.
Blaine Willis Randall.
Thank you to my mom and dad in spirit for always being there and showing support no matter what the occasion was. Also, thank you to Maggie and James Rogers for always having open arms and believing in me no matter what. Thank you to Coach Dingler and Pear as well. You guys have always been people that I can talk to and look up to no matter what.
Kelton Lane Raymond.
First, I would like to thank God for my opportunities and blessings. Then I would like to thank my family for their endless support. Finally, I'd like to thank my coaches for their time and effort. I wouldn't be here without any of them.
Dalen Norman Reyes.
I would like to thank my parents and my brothers for supporting me and pushing me to be a better person, and to all the teachers and coaches who have helped guide me to be a better me.
Saul Reyna.
I want to thank my parents for the constant love and support, especially my dad, who's been my biggest role model and motivator. And to my teachers and coaches, you've been my second family, always there with laughter and support. I wouldn't be here with all of you. Thank you.
Raul Reyna Gonzalez.
Gracias mamá, papá y a todos mis maestros por estar conmigo en cada paso del camino. Su apoyo, paciencia y consejos me ayudaron a llegar hasta aquí. No habría logrado esto sin ustedes. Este logro es tan mío como de ustedes. Gracias por creer en mí siempre.
Nathan Daniel Rogano.
I'd like to thank my mother and my father for guiding me through the year and keeping me on track even when it was difficult for me.
Donna Charlotte Rocha.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for always supporting me through the hard times, for always pushing me to do better, and for being there. To my grandparents who encouraged me and gave me advice, to my aunts and uncles who took care of me, to Miss Stroud for always listening, to Miss Nagella for always making me smile, and for everyone else who came, thank you.
Evelyn Rose Rogers.
Thank you, Mom, for always supporting my wildest dreams and making them come alive. You show me every day that nothing is impossible. Thank you, Dad, for showing me unconditional love. From buying my 2 expensive shoes to showing up to anything that could be important, you have never failed to be there for me. And thank you, Miss Reedy, for always being a listening ear and always valuing my opinion. Your kindness and love is something I will remember forever.
Juan Martin Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, even though I'm not yours. Y'all looked past that and still took sacrifices for me, no matter what it was. I am forever grateful for both of you. Both, and never in a doubt will forget where I came from and who stood by my side. And thank you to those who impacted my high school career. I love you, Mama.
Alexis Danielle Reinders.
First, I would like to thank God for all of his blessings he has given me. I want to thank my family for always supporting me through everything, my mom and dad for making me into the person I am today, my sisters Adeline and Aisley for being my best friends, and to everyone who has been a part of my journey, I am forever thankful and I love y'all.
Jose Salvador Saavedra III.
I want to thank my family for helping me get to this point in life. My sister Angelina has been my biggest supporter throughout the time we've spent in school together. I also want to thank Ms. Boone for being there when I needed someone to talk to. Coach Yeager, I appreciate how hard you pushed me in tennis practice because in the end, you made me a better player because of it. Once again, I want to thank everyone who has helped me get to this point.
Samuel Salas.
I would like to thank my parents and brothers for supporting me in all the things I do. I want to thank my siblings for setting up a good example on finishing my high school education. Quiero agradecer a mis padres y hermanos por apoyarme en todo lo que hago. Quiero agradecer a mis hermanos por darme un buen ejemplo al terminar mi educación secundaria.
Adrian Michael Sanchez.
I really want to thank my parents, coaches, and teachers. Your help, advice, and belief in me have made a big difference. I'm so thankful for all you've done, the things you've taught me, and how you've always cheered me on. Thank you for everything you've done.
Brian Alexis Sanchez.
I would like to thank my family and my teachers, especially my brothers, who helped me go through college, get started with college, and go through high school.
Kristen Hope Sanchez.
I thank God for always guiding and blessing me. I'm grateful to my parents for their love, sacrifice, and support, and to my teachers for helping me throughout school. Thank you to my grandma, grandpa, and all my family for always being there for me. I love you all.
Naomi Madej Zavala.
I just want to thank my family and any teachers who supported me. Le quiero agradecer a mis papás por todos sus sacrificios para que yo pudiera llegar a este día y cumplir mis sueños. Espero un día poder llegar a cuidar de ustedes como cuidaron de mí. Te amo, mamá y papá.
Aubrey Grace Scholke.
I want to thank my parents and my grandparents for being my biggest supporters and constantly pushing me to be better. I also want to thank my teachers, especially Miss West, for helping me realize nursing is what I'm meant to do.
Corey Reese Seidel.
Thank you, Mom and Nana, for always being there for me and guiding me through life. I love you.
Caitlin Grace Sheehan.
I would like to thank my friends and family for supporting me along the way and pushing me to be the person I am today.
Talon William Sheehan.
I would like to thank my mom and dad for making me the man I am today, and I would like to thank my brothers and sister and my teachers, Miss Angela, Mr. Teal, and Coach Olpair, for pushing me hard when I didn't feel like it and making me the person I am today. And I would like to thank Jesus and God for making me a godly man and believing what your Bible says. Thanks, and God bless all of y'all.
Camden Lyle Singletary.
I'd like to thank my family for being there no matter what. I'd like to thank Coach Bryant and Coach Hewitt for always helping me to succeed. Thank you to my mom and dad for all of the unconditional love and support. I wouldn't be where I am without you guys. I love you guys.
Layla Christine Slayton.
Mom and Dad, you have been my biggest teachers. You show me endless love and support, and you make me a better person. To my little sister, thank you for keeping me on my toes. To my grandparents, thank you for loving me and giving me a home. Finally, to Miss Nigella, your optimism and empathy is beautiful. I strive to be more like you. To all, you constantly put me first, so I will continue making you proud.
Jaden Jack Smink.
I want to say thank you to my family for supporting me.
Kason Kyle Staples.
Dear Lord, thank you for being faithful and true and giving me the opportunity to grow up in this community. Mom, thank you for keeping me on my feet and encouraging me through everything. Thank you, Dad, for honest advice and showing me the best way to run my race. Dylan, thank you for pushing me and making me better in whatever I choose to do. And thank you to all my grandparents for the love and time you've poured into me. You inspired my variety of activities and were the foundation of all of my success.
Connor Reed Stivers.
I would like to thank Mr. Sowell for doing his best to teach me and making me into a better person throughout my years in high school, my brothers for always protecting me, my stepdad Don for helping to raise me, and my mom for never giving up on me and always caring.
Delaney Renee Sublett.
I never thought I could be saying this, but I'm so happy for all the old teachers and the teachers I have now for helping me and always making me feel happy when I didn't have a good day. I want to thank my parents for supporting me when I had ups and downs. I'm going to miss all the memories I had this year.
Emma Sari Thomas.
I want to start off with thanking Spencer for stepping in and being more of a man than any other man I've met in my life. Thank you to my mom, who's always been there and worked harder than most people I've ever met. And thank you to everyone else who has been there for me. I'll always be thankful for you.
David Tonche Jr.
To my family, thank you for your support, and thank you to my teachers because I wouldn't be here without them. And finally, I want to thank the community of Glen Rose.
Karime Italy Tavar.
I want to start by thanking God. His grace has brought me here, and I give him all the glory. To my parents, thank you for your constant love, guidance, and sacrifice. To my siblings, thank you for always being there for me and cheering me on. I'm also so thankful for all my teachers, especially Miss Shaw and Miss Nigella, for their support and care. And to my classmates, keep trusting God. The best is yet to come.
Melanie Sarahi Valles Castellanos.
Mom and Dad, gracias por siempre estar presente en cualquier problema o locura. Sé que tengo su apoyo. Brothers, thank you all for always making me laugh and stealing my food. I still love you. Mix Feliz Guerrero Reynoso and Ms. Rolón, thank you. Without your encouragement and support, I wouldn't be here. To all my teachers, thank you for your guidance and hard work throughout all these years. Made a significant impact on my learning experience.
Kaylee Elizabeth Walker.
I would like to thank my parents for their endless sacrifices and unconditional love, my siblings for being my role models and showing me how it is to be the favorite kid,
Coach Dingler, Coach Youngpair, Ms. Harris, and Ms. Harlan for being the teachers that guided me here today. I wouldn't be here without any of you. Roll Tide.
Caitlin Michelle Watson.
Dear Mom and Dad, I cannot thank you enough for everything you have and continue to do for me. I would not have made it here without y'all. Thank you for being the best parents. I love y'all so much. Thank you to my siblings and my other family for their constant support and encouragement. And thank you to Mrs. West and Mrs. Harlan for always pushing me to be my very best and helping me in becoming the young adult I am today. And I'll always remember to smile and wave and make good choices.
Allie Grace Williams.
First off, I would like to thank God for everything He blessed me with. I would also like to thank my parents for always supporting me throughout the years. And I would like to thank the Watkins for always being my second family. And lastly, I would like to thank Coach Langford for making me who I am today. Love y'all so much.
Sierra Grace Williams.
I want to thank my whole family, those here and not, for loving and supporting me unconditionally, and my parents specifically for inspiring and providing for me always. Thank you, Shepard and Savannah, for being my best friends and never failing to make me laugh. Lastly, I want to thank Miss Vino for making a big difference in my life, helping me learn, grow, and always being there for me. Love y'all.
William Sean Luke Wilson, Jr.
Thank you, Mom, for everything you have done for me and helping me make it through school even when you were busy. Thank you and love you.
Preston Caroline Winslow.
I would like to start by thanking my sisters who have never failed to support me no matter how far they are. I would like to thank my dad for always teaching me the important lessons in life even when I didn't enjoy it in the moment. Finally, I would like to thank my mom for showing me that life is better when you find joy in the little things and prioritize the happiness of people around you.
Jace Cade Young.
I'd like to thank my family, my friends, and my teachers for helping me get through Glen Rose School District and for helping me achieve the best I can be and for helping me prepare myself for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Jocelyn Vivi Young.
I want to say thank you, Jesus, for being with me through it all. Thank you to my brother, mom, and dad for being such a great family and helping me to be successful. Thank you for teaching me that the most important thing is to make memories, and I can proudly say that I did. I'm very grateful for Coach Yeager and Miss Vino for always being so supportive. Thank you all for making memories with me that will last a lifetime. Love y'all.
If I could get the class of 2025 to stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2025.
All right, graduates, please signify your graduation at this time by moving your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. If everyone would please stand and join in the singing of the school song, "O Red and White," led by our newest alum, and remain standing as Senior Class Officer Claire Cantwell gives the benediction.
Thank y'all so much for coming out to support the class of 2025. Please bow your heads. Jesus, thank you for this day and everything you've done for us. I pray that as we all go our separate ways, that we continue to do everything through you. I pray that you bless us with hope that we can move into the future with eager and open hearts. Please be with family members of graduates as they are traveling. It is in your name we pray. Amen.
At this time, if everyone except the class of 2025, if you would please take your seats out in the audience. The slide over and the voice recording is a unique feature that we've been doing here at Glen Rose, probably one of my favorite parts. So let's give a big shout out to Mr. Pounds for putting all that together. Thanks, sir. All right, graduates, as you go out into the world before you, I would encourage you one last time to be on the lookout for ways that you can live out your purpose, which is to love, serve, and to lead. And let's don't forget to make this day, like every other day, a great day or not. That choice is absolutely yours. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay seated during the recessional. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our commencement ceremony. Please remember to use the side door exit. This will keep from interfering with the cap toss that's about to take place out in the front steps of the auditorium. Thank you for your attendance, and good night.